Hi there, Andy Ron here with Montana Land Source with this week's video summary of the Montana Land Report for February 23rd, 2022. It's been a very cold week in Montana with sub-zero temperatures across the whole state. Right now it's negative 15 here in Billings, Montana, so winter has come. In this week's video summary, I am going to talk about off-market transactions, which has become a hot topic. But first, this week's update. A total of 22 property updates over the past 7 days in the Montana land market. This is down from what we would typically see. Typically, we're at 30 or even 40 properties per week, but all year so far in 2022, we've seen less activity. Like I said, 22 total property updates this week, only 3 new listings, a whopping 13 pending sales on the market. 3 price changes, and interestingly, 3 of those are price increases and 1 a price decrease, and only 3 properties sold. So we're seeing this continuation of high demand and limited supply in the Montana land market. Today, we're sitting at about 310 total land listings on the Montana land market, whereas typically we would see about 600. And you can see these live market statistics at mtlandsource.com. I mentioned I want to talk about off-market transactions, which has become a hot topic. There's always been off-market transactions in the Montana land market, mostly in the ag sector and farmland sector. A lot of neighbor-to-neighbor transactions in that part of the market. That's in certain areas, the likely buyer is your neighbor or local ag producers who are expanding and whatnot. So there hasn't really been a need to put those properties on the market since it's more of a regional market, you could say, and it's obvious who the buyer is. So we've always seen off-market transactions, mostly in that sector. In 2021, however, there was an extremely high amount of large trophy legacy ranches that traded off the market. It's a very specialized market there, tens of thousands, if not tens of millions of dollars, the value of those properties, if not $100+ million. As you know from seeing past videos, we broke the record for top prices paid in the Montana land market. In 2021, the Climbing Arrow Ranch was marketed publicly, and that broke the record at first. But then the Matador Ranch over in the Dillon area was an off-market transaction, and that was $200 million approximately, and sold off-market. Never was a publicly listed property. Some top brokerages of high amenity trophy properties like Hall & Hall have actually been sort of advertising, or I guess promoting, that segment of their business. I think the appeal to sellers and buyers is privacy. Sellers in particular don't have a lot of showings or just a lot of attention for the property that's on the market. And brokerages like Hall & Hall have advertised or made claim that they have access to elite buyers and can handle those transactions without ever having to go on the market. Western Ranch Brokers put out a blog last week talking about off-market transactions and making it known that they can do those transactions. So it has been somewhat of a popular phenomenon, and we've seen an increase in that. Where that's going in the future is hard to say. Again, these properties are so exclusive, and I've gotten questions before about how this might affect the overall market or if it's just a game changer in the market, and I don't necessarily think so. Again, even though there has been an extreme high volume in terms of dollar volume for these properties, for example, Hall & Hall claims they did over $1 billion in off-market transactions in 2021, and 90% of that was in Montana. So that's a huge amount of dollar volume, but that really amounts to just a few very large properties. So a lot of acreage because those are large properties, but nonetheless, there's still, the main part of the market still, operates through public marketing and that kind of stuff. But we will watch this closely. It'll be interesting to see how that will unfold in the future, whether we'll continue to see that or if that was somewhat of a limited phenomenon. I do have information on mtlandsource.com. We had an event in Bozeman a couple weeks ago for Land Sakes presentation where myself and some other appraisers shared our data on the Montana land market. That was videoed and it's not ready for release yet, but will be posted on the website at mtlandsource.com. But if you go to the website and look at our market trends section, there is some material up on 2021 and what we see in the market. And moving forward, it appears that 2022 is going to be a slower market. We're just not seeing the volume. The main issue is going to be constraint on the supply side. In other news, upcoming the Montana Farm and Ranch Brokers Association annual meeting. We're having a big one next week. We're going to have Montana Speaker of the House Wiley Galt, State Auditor Troy Downing, and State Senator Ken Bogner. So a relatively high profile list of speakers. So any real estate industry professionals that have questions or issues of policy in Montana as it relates to the Montana land market, that will be a good meeting to be at, where we meet physically here in Billings at the Billings Association Realtors office, but that's also available on Zoom. You can get on that membership for the Montana Farm and Ranch Brokers Association. Membership is only $25 a year, and we're really growing that organization to really represent the rural real estate industry professionals in Montana. So you can find more information about that as well at mtlandsource.com. Thank you everybody for watching these videos. We appreciate it. And you can find us at the website and also on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn. And please like and follow and share. Thank you everybody, and see you next week.